Ciao ragazzi, in today's video myself and Fabio Sarlo are going to react to Inter's goalless Champions League group stage draw away to Shakhtar Donetsk. Before getting into the video, be sure to let us know down in the comments below what you made of the match, and don't forget to like, subscribe and turn on push notifications so you never miss a video. Fabio, what did you make of the first half then?
Pleasure to be on, and just looking at the first half, I think it's an overall very positive first half. First sort of 10 minutes or so, Shakhtar had all the possession, but very much like a blunt object. They had nothing up front, and we were sort of holding firm, holding a good shape, didn't let them have anything, and we slowly grew into that game. We hit the bar twice, Barella with that lovely volley from outside the box, and Lukaku with that free kick. I don't know where that came from, but incredibly close, and that was a fantastic save, to be fair. So we're creating lots of chances down the wings. We've got most of the possession now into the second part of that first half. So I think Inter can really kick on and make the most of this performance, because I think this is a very contrasting performance to the previous ones. This is classic Conte. This is control. This is going for the jugular when they need to, but holding back. This looks measured. This looks balanced. Young's getting lots of space on the left, as is Hakimi on the right. So I think this is a really positive performance, especially coming off the back of Mönchengladbach last week. This is a bit more controlled, and they've taken heed of the warnings that happened with Real Madrid last week. So hopefully this is the start of things to come.
Much like the first half, we were once again the dominant side in this affair at the Kiev Olympic Stadium, but again, like the first half, we just couldn't take our chances. We had chances, granted not as many as in the first half, where we really should have scored, but we had perhaps our best chance of the game in the second half, shortly after the hour mark, when Marcelo Brozovic stung the hands of the goalkeeper. The ball came out to Lautaro Martinez, who I honestly don't know how he missed. He was about 6 yards away from the goal absolutely gaping wide in front of him, and he somehow put it wide. And I think that just summed up the night for Inter. It was just one of those nights where I think we could have played for another few hours and we just weren't going to score, which was a really, really frustrating one, especially given we've now drawn our second game in the Champions League. This is not the ideal start, nor the start that we really needed. We're only 1 point from a possible 6 after the first two, and that's far from ideal heading into the double header with Real Madrid in the coming weeks in the same competition. About the kind of hour mark, maybe just a bit after, we looked quite leggy. The tempo to our play just was non-existent, and we really could have done with making a lot of changes at that stage. Of course, we've got 5 substitutes available to us, but Antonio Conte waited until the 70th minute and brought on Ivan Perisic, played him up front alongside Romelu Lukaku, and I think you could probably class this one as a failed experiment. He really didn't do much. Personally, at the time, I'd have rather seen Christian Eriksen or Rajan Angolan come on for a kind of change in the midfield. Eriksen did come on later on, granted, but yeah, Eriksen really didn't do much when he came on, so perhaps it was just as well he never came on that little bit earlier. As I say, a very frustrating result for us and not one that we wanted, so fingers crossed that we can somehow get a result against Real Madrid. I'm saying a result. We need 2 results against Real Madrid if we're wanting to stand any chance of getting through to the next round of the competition.
Yeah, it's a tough one to pick a top from. It was quite a positive performance in a lot of ways, but equally it wasn't in a lot of other ways. I think on the whole, people played well. I think the players, no one played particularly badly. We just couldn't find that breakthrough. But I think for me tonight, I think Barella would have to be my top. He was just, as ever, just runs. He just covers everywhere, and he was so unlucky with that half volley in the first half to hit the bar. That would have completely changed this game. But yeah, so for me, I'd say Lukaku had a good game. And I think Hakimi on the right had a good game, and I think Bastoni and De Vrij in the centre kept the balance, and Vidal and Brozovic in the midfield as well. So I think on the whole, a positive game, but I think for me, yeah, the top would be Barella.
The flop for me tonight is an easy one, and that is our inability to score. Tonight we had so many chances and could have easily won this match by a few goals, but just didn't take them. And simply put, this is unacceptable in the Champions League. This is a competition where the best of the best play, and you cannot afford to make mistakes. You have got to take advantage of absolutely anything you can, and we really should have taken advantage of the chances. I still can't believe Lautaro missed that chance, and that was really one that he should have finished off. Romelu Lukaku had an absolutely brilliant free kick saved. Barella went close with a volley, and Yeah, as I said earlier on, it was one of those nights for Inter, but it's certainly not something that we can have further on in the competition if we're wishing to remain in it past the group stage.